Good morning, everyone in Instagram land. Hey, I know it has been one of those things where some events have came up I don't think that a lot of people were expecting. Um, I knew people were thinking things on their head as, what is becoming of the future? We've always heard this coin turned, the world is coming to an end. Well, it may be or it may be not. But let me ask you a question today. I don't know how old you are. I don't know if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, who knows? But I got a question for you today. Have you been searching? Have you been looking inside your mind, your thoughts, and taking the clouds away? And I bet you say, what is she talking about? Well, there's this thing in our world called con artistry. Con artistry is usually done by the play of words. And I wanted to make this short video to introduce you to a more in-depth video I will be making on YouTube. A lot of times our minds are cloudy. They are full of words. They are full of manipulative, cunning, and deceitful words that people have sowed inside of us to get what they want when they get ready. I know that's a touchy topic, but this topic is not to point fingers. This topic is not to make me feel bad or you feel bad. This topic is to say, along our living, and according to the Gregorian calendar, we are stepping into spaces of age, is what they call. But have we stopped? Have we slowed down to think, what are the thoughts inside of my mind? What are the words inside of my mind that people can tap into to get what they want out of me when they get ready? You'd be like, oh, can't nobody do me like that. Well, let's think about it. You have I'm going to name off a few things. The telling psychological lies like they are thrillers, number one. Number two, you have misinterpreted scriptures, the con game. Number three, you have the money game. If anybody's been in the media lately, we all know the battle that was done between Monique and Steve Harvey. And if you notice, Steve Harvey sells what's called the God game. But when he got confronted with the situation and Monique confronted Tyler Perry, Steve Harvey, Oprah Winfrey, and confronted them about some things about her, he told her straight to her face, this is not a God game. This is not about God. This is not about integrity. This is what did he say? A money game. You need to learn how to play the money game. Okay? But that is not the representation that Steve Harvey puts on. Steve Harvey puts on the representation that everything he does is wrapped up in God. But when his integrity is tested, bam, he says, this is the money game. Again, the learning program con game. Okay, how many of us know that all over YouTube, all over Facebook, all over the internet, people are selling you every program under the sun? Okay, the you are selfish con game. Think about that one. When you don't do what people want you to do, when you don't comply, you are told you are selfish and you are self-centered and whatever else. You've got to give to get con game. How about that one? We've all heard that one. And you give 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 to what? End up empty-handed. The list goes on and on and on. The con game that is played the most is the God con game. People are always using, because you can't use the creator, but people are always using the word God to con people, to con them out of resources, to con them out of money, to con them out of actions, to con them out of time, to con them out of information, to just con them. So again, I asked this question today because it needs to be asked. What about the political landscape? Let's think about that one. If you vote for me, I'll do this. You vote for me, I'll do this. And then all the things that are sold in the media, the words, the manipulation, the images, all to get you to sway your opinions towards a vote. But over the last years, what has those votes truly been doing for people? That's called the plantation mentality game. In other words, you give and you give and you give. You give your time, you give your work, you give your resources to the plantation. The plantation is not just the Democrats. It's also the Republicans. It's also churches. It's also everything you can think of. You giving and you giving and you giving. People get fat and rich, and you're constantly in this limbo of I'm prospering, I'm not prospering. First, it looks like you're prospering. Then you wake up to recognize you're in debt. And then you're behind. Everybody else's stuff is paid off. Think about it. The con game. So again, I ask these questions because I think these questions need to be asked. Are you tired of being played and pimped out with virtue words like love, hope, forgiveness, justice, goodness, wholeness, giving? Are you tired of being pimped out? I asked those questions today. Are you tired of giving and giving and giving? Only to be told that if you keep giving, God's going to give back to you. But you are never getting back what you have totally gave. This is what's called growing up. This is what's called being better. See, this is what my channel is all about. It's about becoming better, brighter, and bolder. And the only way we can do that sometimes we have to look and say, because we know that people are doing stuff in the world that they have no business doing, but sometimes we have to stop and say, okay, how do I learn from this? How do I grow from this? What words are people using to manipulate me, to jive me, to ejaculate me, to move me? But then when you're in need, nobody comes to your aid. So again, or if they do come to your aid, it's a manipulation game to make you think they there, but they're definitely not giving to you in the capacity that you've always overflowed. It's not that the Creator doesn't bless us. It's not that God don't bless us, but we need to learn to stop letting people use virtue words, love, hope, goodness, justice, all the manipulation terms, fear, everything you can think of to just ejaculate you. And people may say, well, I've graduated from that. I don't think so. Because as they say, new level, new devil. So as you learn one thing, you're dealing with another. And again, I'm going to cover this in depth on my YouTube channel. I invite you to come out this week as if you're going out to a conference and just listen to a speaker on stage. There's no accusation from me to you, you to me. This is just about us searching our minds, our spirits, our thoughts, and saying, what is being played? What keys are being played? What notes are being played? So that we can act and behave and think in ways that people want us to, so they can get what they want out of us. But then you, the ethical person trying to do everything right, seems to never get ahead. Y'all come join me. Again, you can check out my link in the description in Instagram. You can also check out my website at www.ibkmediaproductions.com. Stay good, you all. Thank you.